In this Marketing for Architects video, we're going to look at writing informational content on your website. In other words, we will write marketing as education that people will find valuable. We're going to look at what types of content works best, and we're going to look at how to deliver it. After you go through this video, you know exactly how to write educational content for people to turn them into clients. To illustrate this point, I'm a big fan of American barbecue, and I've got a Weber Smoky Mountain to prove it, and my butcher Mark is a ninja. And I discovered just how much of a ninja he was the first time I bought some meat from him. I went in to buy some beef brisket, and I ended up walking out with a beef brisket, a shoulder of pork and 6 racks of rib for a dinner party I was hosting. Needless to say, that is a lot of meat. And all he did was explain some techniques he was using when smoking these specific cuts of meats. I was sold and went from spending around £100 to spending £200 overall. That's the power of educating your potential clients. Never forget that every piece of content we write must move the reader closer to becoming a client. To do that, we need to have a single call to action in every article and every web page on our website. This is how we interact with potential clients. But what do we write about? It's easy to forget that most people have no clue. Most people who are experiencing a need have very little education about their problem and how to solve it successfully. Even with access to so much information online, most people are still in quiet desperation. If you try and fix something in a way that you think is right, then the chances are you will make it worse. Education can be used successfully to both help people solve their problems and to help people see their problems. Educating also helps build credibility and trust, which are essential to action. By providing valuable educational content to your prospects, they will come to see you as a trusted advisor, someone who has their best interests at heart. And that's a great thing to be viewed as by your prospects and puts you in a fantastic position to not only get hired, but to increase your fees as you'll have displayed your expertise in solving their problem. A new form of marketing has evolved with the mainstream adoption of the internet. This is called content marketing, which is basically creating content that attracts prospective clients. This is really the ultimate education marketing, as it's typically in the form of an educational tip, blog post or video. However, beware the content trap. Content marketing is also very alluring to those marketing chickens who would prefer to avoid any kind of selling or marketing. But don't get distracted. The best content uses all the power tools of direct marketing. It doesn't skip them. Also, a time-tested way to increase attention, interest and response to your marketing is to format it into an editorial style or design. Infomercials, advertorials, magalogs, many blogs and other formats exemplify this strategy. Editorial marketing looks like an article in a magazine, a blog post, etc. And it's this design that has the perception of being true. Designing your marketing to look like an editorial alone can decrease views and engagement by 500% or more. By simply making your marketing look like an editorial, it can increase conversion. We unconsciously believe that our ads should look like ads. The client sees it and doesn't see it as valuable. We do see value in editorial formats though. Design useful educational pieces and put your marketing inside it, and pay attention to the details. It's not intuitive that you can increase your response and your results so dramatically by simply laying out your marketing differently. Start paying attention to how news sites, blogs, magazines and educational videos design and format their content. Begin using these styles to increase response. Fonts, colours, layout, etc. are very important too. When it comes to writing content on your website to attract prospective clients, for me the best medium by far to have to provide informational content is by having a blog on your site. It just makes it so easy, especially if you have a WordPress site. For those who don't have a website just yet, my advice is to go with a WordPress site. There's tons of themes and layouts you can use, and the dashboard for them makes it very easy to edit, so you don't need a developer for the most part. That all said, I'm going to share what types of content have worked best for me. The content that has best worked for me by far are blog posts called listicles. And as the name suggests, they are simply lists of things put together in a single blog post. My 3 best performing blog posts by far have been 13 weird and wonderful loft conversions, 15 classy kitchen extension ideas you can steal to suit yourself, and 8 bizarre British basement ideas. These are all list blog posts, and to create them is very easy. Simply come up with a theme that fits the type of clients you want. I want house extension clients, so one of my blog posts are all about kitchen extensions. If you wanted restaurant clients, for example, a good blog post would be 12 classic high-end restaurant ideas, or 15 bizarre restaurant layouts. Now we'll look at how to title your articles. You need to have a catchy title for your content. For some reason, words like weird, bizarre, crazy, or insane tend to work quite well. So whatever type of post you want to put together, you then simply find examples on Houzz, Pinterest, or wherever. You can even use a competitor's examples if you wish to. I'll show you how to get this to work in a second. Add the photos to your blog post, write a catchy headline above the photos, and write a little blurb underneath describing the photos and what they are. Maybe a bit of background story to it, or a bit of architectural description. And here's the important bit, add a link to the source. When you add a link to the source, then you bypass copyright infringement. In addition, you will also be providing free traffic to the source, so it's to their benefit anyway. And that, my friends, is how you do a listicle. So the exercise in this video is all about becoming an education marketer. Most prospective clients are relatively uneducated about how to solve their challenges in the best way. One way to build credibility and trust, as well as create motivation in your prospects and an advantage for yourself, is to educate as you market and sell. The key to using education successfully in your marketing is to make sure that the education you're delivering leads to a sale, not just more knowledge. So ask yourself, where does my prospective client have misinformation or lack of information that is dangerous to them? What information, if your prospect were to learn it, would help them see how important it is to solve their challenge now, instead of waiting? What types of education materials can you create that will both educate and sell your services? In the next video, we will introduce a concept called stair-step marketing. Most architects try and sell their services from the bat, whereas stair-step marketing allows us to build a relationship with prospective clients first, which results in more clients in the long run. Also, if you want a written copy of these exercises, then simply go to the relevant blog section of affluentarchitect.com or click on the link below, which will bring you directly to the blog version of this video on the site. I'm Declan Connolly, founder of Affluent Architect, and I'll see you in the next video.